Hey everybody, how's it going? Zombie Freak 77 back for another Slog Revamped video. Today, even though there's a lot going on, I don't want to show you that stuff yet because it's not done. We're going to be heading over here. And as a brief explanation of what I'm doing, everywhere that I start doing one of these revamp series or renovations or whatever, I always think of the three main things that people need: food, water, and shelter. So we did the food, the last one, with the greenhouse, and wow, that is like so perfectly straight. Very nice. That's totally done by hand. Like, I'm not kidding. I know it sounds sarcastic, but it's not. So we did the food. Water is not a problem because you can put down some pumps and it's fine, even though I am going to go into a little more detail for a water station, I guess you could call it. But then there's shelter. Now these guys were all sleeping in here. They each had, I think there's four beds on each side. There's two of them that I can't get rid of. You guys are getting a little sneak peek here. But I can't get rid of these two. I don't know why. Just cuz. So that's eventually going to be a hardware store or a furniture store. Why do I say hardware? It's not hardware. So I moved all of them into an apartment complex. This is the outside here. Nothing fancy on the outside because it's going to be covered up by a lot of fencing and stuff like that. But what I decided to do was to give each room kind of a unique appearance. So we're going to go around. We'll take a look here. I based it off of, if you've ever played GTA 5, there's Gerald's apartment. It's loosely based off that. Just the inner courtyard part and the apartments surrounding. First floor. Not going to go too much into detail. Oh, hey, good morning. Forget your slippers.
We're in some real trouble here. I hope you can help.
No. Two people live in here. There's their granddaughter's photo. Oh, get away from me, dude. And just a basic lived-in apartment. Nothing special. These are the bathrooms. I didn't want to put bathrooms in the actual apartments because it just didn't make much sense. So we have those. The laundry room.
You helped us out, and we won't forget that.
That's cool, man. Laundry room's in here. We have some hanging clothes. Thank God for creative clutter. Or otherwise this would be a little difficult to make. I used conduit to hang up some clothes there. Simple little wash basin. Easy peasy.
I don't know what
now,
we're going to do.
oh my god. Anyways, instead of having a kitchen in each apartment, which would have taken up a lot of space, obviously, unless they had like little tiny, like one burner ovens or stoves, I should say, not ovens, that would be okay. And I know Creative Clutter has it, but I didn't want everybody to have the same one, so I just said screw it, we'll just make a place for them to eat. So we have this little diner style here. Nothing too difficult, nothing too fancy. Cupcakes, those are fancy. Gotta have some water here so that everybody can hydrate. And then in here is where all the cooking is done. Got some meat hanging up there, some fish, some stoves. Usually they'll have somebody come in and just, it's your day to cook, so they cook. They get to take off from their whatever their job is a little early so that they can do that. The next one is going to be our fisherman, who of course is obsessed with everything nautical. He's got his boat in here that he takes out to do some fishing. We were building a fishing village. I You are annoying the
hope
piss
you're
out of me.
here to
I'm
help.
going to fucking shoot you in the face. Sorry. It's really annoying when they don't do this at all when you're building or when you're moving around, but the second I start to record is when they want help. Alcoholic.
I hope we can count on the Minutemen to help us.
Not this one. A little aquarium here that we put on top of the stewing pot because I didn't want to put a table out. I thought this looked a little bit more rustic, I guess. Got a couple of anchors down here. We have the large nautical bed, which I thought was a bunk
send
bed.
you to help us.
You have the tire from the side of the docks. I'm just gonna get out of here. He's gonna follow me everywhere. It's whatever. This one coming up. Oh yeah, we got the huge claw. This guy's going to run the comic and toy store that I'm planning on having here. This is going to be like a giant mall. Kind of. It's kind of hard to explain. It's an idea I have in my head and I'm just going with it. So this guy collects all things memorabilia-wise. He has some toy robot kits here. He has some of the stuff he's built on the wall. Movie posters, comic posters, Nuka-Cola posters. Anything that he could find that is not just normal. You know, there's advertising on it or it just looks cool. He's got some silver shroud. He's got the Grognak display case. And the silver shroud display case. He's got a trunk full of toys. This little bunk bed that's I put right into the wall. Totally did that on purpose. Some movie posters. More silver shroud. I didn't want to use too much in here because then it takes away from the actual comic book store, toy store that I'll be making. And he does have the 24-hour please stand by channel. Only the best for our citizens here. So that's the main floor. I also have this here. Put a couple of... I did have a big tree, just one single tree, but for some reason it only reached to about here with the branches, but I couldn't walk along the top there, so I had to get rid of that. On your way up, you'll see there's some storage for moving stuff around, the ice maker, which apparently has stuff in it. Okay, gotta like that. I didn't put that there. We do have the guard tower, which you can see kind of what's going on. No guarantee that that's staying like that. Building a little garage back there. We do have the artillery. I want to have artillery in all four corners of the wasteland. So, be here, Sanctuary, probably Somerville, and maybe Spectacle Island. I don't know. Spectacle Island's supposed to be more of a debauchery place. And who is that? Got some raiders out there. It looks like possibly gunners. Now these two rooms I left with just a bed in it because I have to decide what other kind of rooms I'm going to have in here. Being that there's a mechanic over there. Hi. Being there's a mechanic over there, I think one of these will be a mechanic's room. I may have to either shrink down some cars using the Place Everywhere mod, but I do know Creative Clutter has model cars that I can put out too, so yeah, so those two are blank. This one, yes, there's no doors on most of them because I hate opening and closing doors constantly. This is the hunter's room. He doesn't do too much in here except for sleep and hunt. He has a chair here with gun here, his gun here. He can look out and see something and then shoot it. Nothing too fancy. He has his Brahmin skull on the table. Being that it's the wasteland, there isn't a lot of time to do anything else except for work or sleep because you're trying to not only establish yourself, but you're also trying to you're trying to be rich. You're trying to be the most successful you can be, so you don't have as many problems as, say, the poorer settlements. So work, work, work means money, money, money. Kind of like in real life. Now here is the books section. They've gone through the Commonwealth, gathered so many books, put them in here. And there is times where you can come in if you're like can't sleep. You come in, sit down, grab a book, and learn. You can take them out if you want. There's no librarian or anything like that, but if you need it, come and get it. If you just want to read, learn, do that there. That was a pretty good idea to have that in a place where this is where the workers are, so this is like their place. Guests can't come in unless they're invited, I guess. This room is back here. This is the artist. Doesn't really have a job. I guess they could probably run the furniture store or something, but she's very much into...
I love it here.
I can tell. Very much into painting, very much into art. She painted that little car. She has some of her photos up here. Stuff on there. I don't know why I put the special... I'm not sleeping with you. Go. Oh, maybe I am. No. A laundry basket. I should have put the dirty one instead of the clean one, but oh well. A chem box, because you do need that special inspiration to get your imagination going. Then out here she has, this is where she paints. She gets inspiration from the trees, because those totally look like trees. But the colors of the bushes are in there. Yeah, see? I know what I'm talking about. Multiple colors. Doing really good for yourself there, worker. I love the name. This is the doctor's apartment, where the clinic will... It won't be here, but this will be who runs the clinic. So you can guess it's just basically... chems, doctor stuff, books, medical journals. Big fan of Milton General Hospital because she's a freak. And she's got a robo-brain in here, which is a little bit off, but I liked having the brain in the spinal column, so... Because I'm a sick mother. And this is the person that runs the botanist place. Botanist greenhouse, whatever you want to call it. Lots of books on culture, gardening culture, maybe. Several small little plants around the apartment. Just a green thumb. One of those people that are lucky to just have that talent of growing flowers and gardens and stuff like that. I've tried before and I failed miserably. Some beautiful landscape art. The wreath, the hanging pots, all in here. The big pine tree I thought was a cool touch. I was going to put a Christmas tree, but I feel like that's just too tacky. And lily pads. I put guard stations on both sides of this because it kind of looks over the land, the inside land, pretty good. Hey, how's it going? Okay. Yeah, so that, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, is the second thing that we have done for the revamping of the Slog. This gives me, let's see, 2 people can sleep in here, in that one. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 rooms. There's 13 people here right now, possibly more, because I think I set up a beacon somewhere. I don't remember where. But yeah, that's the next one. I don't know what's coming up next. I'm working diligently on this, but it just looks a little too perfect for my liking. So I don't know if that's going to work. This might be the next one if you want a little sneak peek. I'll just look in here. But yeah,
We're in
thank
some
you.
real trouble here. I hope you can help.
Can you wait until I'm done talking to myself? Okay. Actually, I don't want to do that. I want these people to...
They've kidnapped my friend.
I don't have time for this.
I don't have time for this.
Please, you've got to help. I don't know what else to do.
Why don't you
They
go...
said they'd be back for the ransom in a few days. If I don't pay up, they'll kill her. But I don't have that kind of money.
I do. Shit, no. I'll leave it here, guys. I don't want you to go through all this, so thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.